don't worry, because we can easily get rid of those in Photoshop.
For years I've been using the Clone Remove tool to clean up my landscape images, to remove unwanted distractions, to fix things that nature didn't quite get right or that man had intrusively placed in the landscape. But where does it end, and is it time to stop cloning things out of our landscape images? On this road trip across Ireland, I had a bit of an epiphany. Not here, the epiphany didn't happen until my last day, but it made me ask the question, should I hold myself to a higher standard when it comes to the manipulation of my landscape photos?
Oh man, the light is incredible. Of course, there's nowhere to stop. There's never anywhere to stop. Oh, we might have a little pull off just here. Yes, we can stop here. All right, let's look at it. Oh man. Let's have a look.
Now, when I say manipulation, for my workflow, that means basically cloning things out. And the problem is, this has become my default. Rather than just accepting the thing, or working harder on my composition, or even not taking the photograph, I will first go to, can I just Photoshop this out?
So I'm shooting this with the 90mm lens, and I've gone for a panoramic crop. It's just clearly panoramic. It's not perfect though. There's a few little bits in the foreground that I'm not too happy about. However, the quality of light and the simplicity of it means, you know, for very, very little effort, just pulling over the van, jumping out and grabbing the shot. Maybe not the world's best shot, but flipping heck, living the dream, man. Living the dream. Sometimes I need to pinch myself and just take a moment. Yeah. Right, we'll move on.
The line, where do we draw the line? Can I clone out these trenches in the foreground, which is what I was referring to on camera? What about these intrusive shadows on the edge of frame? These telephone posts in the midground? A random post on the right-hand side? What about this distracting shadowy object in the foreground? I think what I'm getting at is that my line is moving. Now, this next location is beautiful. It's also the location that triggered the sudden thought in my mind that I need to hold myself to a higher standard and stop photoshopping things out of my images. Now, I really need you in the comments on this one. To clone or to not clone? That is the question. What would you do? Because I still don't know where my line is. But as we've established, it is moving.
Yeah, it's impossible not to shoot that. I think it's an icon. It's by the road. I couldn't care less. And look who's with me.
Hello there, folks.
We got Neil.
Hello.
From Svalbard. And who's this guy? I'm gonna pixelate his face.
I got it. Hello. Welcome to Ireland, everybody.
Darren J. Spoonley, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Right, we are bushwhacking, walking through the long grass, because this island with the trees on it and the light, well, there's a few different vantage points you can shoot it. I think that's what we're going to do. Basically, we'll be working this tree island for the remainder of this afternoon / evening, because the light just looks like it's going to get better and better. All right, so a couple of things. One, you'll notice my tripod is very janky. It's tall, it's thin, it's incredibly unstable, and that is because I need to be as high as I can possibly be, because just the sake of bringing my tripod up by 6 or 8 inches means that the trees align so much better with the mountains. There's a lot less intersecting with the sky, which is what I'm trying to eliminate. Second thing, it's raining. You can see that. I'm getting rain on the lens, rain on the camera, but it's the rain that makes this shot so beautiful, because we have the rain blowing through the valley with the light. We've got that separation, the mist and the atmosphere. The light is hitting the trees. It's beautiful. Shooting this as a panoramic, I have 2 complaints. One is that I have to listen to these guys yabbering on all afternoon. And 2, there's flipping power lines, man. Power lines running right over this lock. How that got through planning permission, I will never know. But don't worry, because we can easily get rid of those in Photoshop.
And therein lies my dilemma. Now, typically, I would not have a problem photoshopping out these power lines, but 2 things have made me question that. Thing number one is that I posted this video in the 617 Club.
You know, don't mind the power lines. We can either Photoshop them out or just try and frame them out.
And received this comment from a community member. A valid comment that made me think twice. The second thing was speaking to an incredibly accomplished photographer whose work I admire. And when talking to him about this location, he said he'd never ever shot it because of the power lines. So it didn't even occur to him that he would Photoshop them out. So if you can, please get stuck into the comments on this one, because as it stands, I'm leaving the power lines in. And my reasoning is if I was to show this photograph to somebody who then rocked up to take the same image, they would think me a possible liar because there are power lines there, whereas in my shot, there were no power lines. So I almost feel like I have a responsibility to leave them in. Am I overthinking this? Or am I growing as a photographer? Again, please feel free to go to town in the comments section.
So I didn't realise you can walk to the island. This walkway here will bring you straight onto the island, which is where we are now. So I've come for a look around. The light's gone completely, snuffed out by clouds to the west. Darren J. Spoonley, he didn't want to come on the island. I was like, oh dude, let's go check out the island, there'll be comps there. He's like, no, it's rubbish. I was like, there's no way it's rubbish. Look at it, it's got to be something. Look at the mountains all around. And he wouldn't have it. So I've come on the island to prove him wrong. We'll see. This is outrageous. What do you think you're doing?
I'm taking the shot to either prove you right or prove you wrong. But I'm faking it till I make it. So I'm putting on my 10 stop to try and smooth out the water because we're missing flat water. We're missing.
I gotta keep it for your own channel, all right? We don't need a photography lesson. Right, I just want to show you something. I said there would be a shot on this island. Darren was like, no, there won't be a shot.
My worst accent I've ever.
I'm looking at this. Look, I've got my tripod out and everything. These rocks, that mountain for the morning. Go over there to do some filming. Come back, and anyway, no, we're all in this together. But I'd like it to be noted that I was right. There are compositions from the island, and it's not all about just shooting the island. Yes. No, disagrees.
You're right.
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter because this shot's terrible now, but in the morning, oh, that's when this shot's going to be good. So, yeah, I think we'll just come back in the morning. Oh, this is quite nice. We've got 3 vans all camping together. So obviously Neil's got his van and Darren's got his. Gonna cook tea. It's got a beautiful view. Yeah, charging my batteries as well. Charging my drone batteries. Oh, this is what it's all about. When you come on a photography trip in the van, like the best bits by far are 1, waking up, crawling out of bed, and you're on location, which we will have tomorrow morning. And 2, it's after the shoot, especially when you're with people. After the shoot, just chilling out, cooking food, looking at the view, having had a productive day. It's just nice. It's one of those things. I don't know what I'm having for tea. Got lots that I need to eat, so we'll see. Oh yes, a hot wrap, chicken, well, turkey, avocado, broccoli. Trying to be healthy. I had to come inside because it was getting cold, the wind picked up and it started to rain. But that's fine because now I get to eat in the warmth. And whilst I do so, whilst I make this wrap, let me thank the sponsor of this video, which is Squarespace. Now, if you don't know who Squarespace are, they're an all-in-one website building company, or website building platform. So if, as a photographer, you want your own website, but you don't know where to start, you can't code one, program one yourself, it's all a bit overwhelming. Well, if you go to squarespace.com, or in particular squarespace.com/Heaton, you'll see they have a beautifully simple drag and drop system. So it's a template system where you can intuitively build a beautiful professional looking website. They do everything you expect of a modern day website. So you can register your own domain, you can have your own online store with a payment system, obviously your online gallery, you can even have your own members area. So if you want to look into that and give it a free try, go to squarespace.com/Heaton and you'll get that free try. And if you enjoy that, use the offer code Heaton and you'll get 10% off your first purchase. Right, I'd love to talk more, but I'm starving and I'm really looking forward to a bit of food and probably hanging out with those guys as well tonight. So we'll see what happens at sunrise in the morning. But I've got my eyes on that composition that Darren said wasn't doing. I think it is doing. If we get light, that is. I think it needs light. So, yeah. We'll see. Well, good morning, everybody. Ooh, it's another cold, windy day here in Ireland. Yeah, I'm not convinced. There's a lot of cloud over to the east, which is going to block the sunrise, and the shot I had in mind, I was hoping for that direct, low light. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But as it stands, I'm not sure the shot I had in mind is going to work. We'll give it some time. I'm being a very lazy photographer this morning. Thing is, I know what shot I want, and it's a couple of 100 yards that way, like a minute away. I know what light I need for the shot, and that's about 20 minutes away if we're lucky, because it has to be that directional side light. So I'm just going to make a coffee and just keep my eye out. And as soon as that sun starts to push up towards the edge of those clouds, then we're going out. Oh, no. It's looking terrible. We had blue skies this morning with a little bit of cloud to the east, just on the horizon. It's all blowing over. So now when I look out my van window, it's just flipping grey skies. Cloud is built. That's the problem with having a shot in mind. I had an idea in my head of the shot I wanted, and I knew the conditions that I had to make the shot. And I suppose that the worst thing of all is that the weather forecast was suggesting that those conditions were going to happen, and they're not. And now I'm kind of stuck, and I haven't got a shot for this morning, and I don't have anywhere to explore. Oh dear. We'll see what happens, but man, I've got a 4.5 hour drive south, so there's not going to be much more photography opportunities. We might just be ending the video after this coffee.
Now, rather than end the video on a low point, I thought I would go and visit a location that I've been dreaming of since I was a child. However, this is not a photography location.
Oh, here it is! Here it is! Okay, can't play any more of that or I'll get a copyright strike. Oh, brilliant. Someone lives in it, so I feel bad just like staring at it. But ladies and gentlemen, there is the Father Ted house. Well, I feel like I've accomplished everything that I've set out to achieve in life. They must get this so much, like they must be used to people like idiots like me coming up and taking photographs of their house. Well, for me, this is a brilliant end for the video because I'm a big fan of Father Ted. I appreciate this. It's going a bit off topic now, but favourite scene in Father Ted has to be where he gets a new car for the charity raffle and puts a small ding in it, and then he says, "Oh, give me a hammer. I'll just knock out that ding." So he tries to knock out a ding with a hammer, and he goes, "Oh no, just a bit too far this way," and then it fades to black.
It's no use, Ted. You'll never get it absolutely right.
Oh, if you've not seen it, you have to watch that episode. It's fantastic. So that's it. No more photography, but Father Ted's house. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week.
The point of this video was not to tell people how to edit their images. Really, it doesn't matter as long as we're out creating things. But I do want to know people's opinions. Where is the line when it comes to image editing? Going forward, I will absolutely still be using the clone remove tool, but I'll be thinking a lot harder before reaching for it. Will it alter the scene beyond what is true? A rock? Or some debris on the water? No. Power lines running across a beautiful scene? Probably. But please, let me know your thoughts in the comments.